Yep, looks like I'm going to be replacing an EcoBoost engine.
All right, guys, so do I have a blown up EcoBoost? I want you to listen to this engine and tell me what you think. It's really quiet. Earlier today, I went and filled up the tank for my wife, and while I was there, I decided to check the oil. It was a little low on oil. It is time for an oil change, so I decided to go ahead and top it off with oil. Whenever I pulled the oil fill cap off, I saw this. It's around 30 degrees, and I need to top off the oil in my wife's EcoBoost, and we've got steam coming out. Wonder what that means. And then I made this little short video to see if I had any blow by, and this is what I experienced with the oil fill cap off. All right, guys, so let's check the little car. It's cold. All right, let's just be really honest. The moisture coming out of that crankcase is probably just excessive moisture. She doesn't drive this car a whole lot. That's built up in it, and the heat and temperature differential is, probably what's going on. But nonetheless, it's an EcoBoost engine, and I want to make sure that we're not dealing with any blow-by issues. My son managed to blow up 2 of these 2.0s, so I know that they are susceptible to blowing, especially on I think it's the number 1 or number 4 piston. Whenever there's over pressurized, it tends to break those pistons. So let's start the engine and see if we're getting blow by. That was one of the telltales.
Yep, looks like I'm going to be replacing an EcoBoost engine.
That's not good. So I just assumed that this engine is completely dead as well. The only problem is this engine runs great. No loss of power, no check engine lights, no turbo loss. Feels great. Power feels great. If I have the oil fill cap on, it actually sounds wonderful. Let's remote start it again. I'm going to do a little experiment because the little EcoBoost, of course, is turbocharged, and Silva's turbocharged as well. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start Silva and take off the oil fill cap, and let's compare. Do I get similar blow by coming out of Silva that I do the EcoBoost car? Let's test it and find out. So now let's do it again with my wife's car. All right, so the engine is running. Sounds pretty good. But it's blowing oil everywhere whenever instead of having positive, I may be backwards on that. I think positive crankcase pressure is pulling it out, pushing it out, and negative crankcase pressure sucking it in. In the Silverado, it sucked it down. On this one, it's actually pushing it out. I think I've got blow-by. So I don't know, guys. Do I have another dead EcoBoost in my house? Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Would you just drive it till it blew up? Would you get rid of it? This car's been pretty good to us. We've had it for eight years. So it's been a great car. If I have to put an engine in it, it's not that big of a deal. They're not that expensive of an engine to replace. It's technically my wife's car, so she's got to decide if she wants to go through that effort and basically put over half the value of the vehicle into an engine, or does she want to move on? So it's up to her. Of course, if it keeps running, we're just going to keep driving it. I mean, the thing's paid for. It ain't hurting anything sitting there. But I really, as a husband, do not want to see her stranded somewhere with a failed engine if I can avoid it. Let me know down in your comments below. What do you guys think? If there's any of you EcoBoost knowledgeable people, I'd appreciate you. Let me know. I am not a mechanic. I don't claim to be a mechanic. I'm interested. My mind is kind of mechanical. I love working on these things, but I'm by no means an ASC certified or anything like that. I'm just a guy in my carport. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope y'all have a great day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.